Welcome to The Terrible Take, a daily segment telling Steeler Nation what's on our minds. I'm Melanie Friedlander. On Thursday Night Football, Tampa Bay quarterback Tom Brady surpassed Steelers quarterback Ben Roethlisberger for the most sacked quarterback in NFL history. And with Big Ben officially retired, there is no way he will retake the lead. For Pittsburgh's former franchise quarterback, that's a good thing. Ben was at a suite at Acrisure Stadium the prior week to see his team upset Brady and the Bucs. And while Ben acknowledged that it was weird not to be on the opposing sideline when TB12 came to town, he didn't sound disappointed. On his weekly podcast, Roethlisberger said that watching the game didn't reignite any competitive fire. He also commented that it looked like Brady didn't want to be out there either. It's probably true. With 9 TDs over 8 games and a QBR of 49.5, Brady may be having his worst season ever. Coming off a 3-game losing streak, almost unheard of in Brady's career, Tampa Bay sits at 3-5, and their season is only alive because of the rest of the NFC South is equally bad. Less than 48 hours after that loss, Brady announced via social media that he and his wife, supermodel Gisele Bündchen, were getting divorced. Hard to imagine that Brady is glad he reversed his decision to retire in the offseason. In the NFL, it's a tricky thing for players to know when they're done playing. Particularly at the quarterback position, staying a year too long isn't uncommon. Take the third most sacked quarterback on that list, Brett Favre. In his penultimate season with the Vikings, he led the team to the NFC Championship, losing amidst a controversial series of dirty plays by the Saints defense. He probably should have hung up his helmet, but he wanted one more shot at another Super Bowl win. His final season saw him throwing 11 TDs and 19 interceptions with a QBR of 38.5. He ended the season missing games with a shoulder injury and a concussion. While he did achieve a couple of career milestones, throwing his 500th TD and 70,000th passing yard, it was an otherwise unremarkable season. Steelers fans can be glad that Roethlisberger hung up his cleats at the end of 2021. While the quarterback has suggested in interviews and podcasts that he thought he had another year left in him, he also confirmed that the Steelers did not want him back and he had no desire to play for any other team. Good call, Ben. He seems to be enjoying his time with his family as well as his new podcast. Roethlisberger mounted some thrilling late-game comebacks in his final year and pulled off wins against division foes in his final 2 regular season games against the Browns and the Ravens, boosting the Steelers to a playoff game. However good his arm might feel, it's hard to imagine that he would be enough of an X factor this year to lift the 2-5 Steelers from the basement of the AFC North, where they currently sit in last place. And he probably wouldn't be having much fun. That's my take. You can follow me on Twitter, @GirlSurgeon. Check out The Terrible Take every day at 5 p.m. Eastern. Follow us on SteelersDepot.com and check out The Terrible Podcast with Dave Bryan and Alex Kozora every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.